Reverend Paris is praying now, and though we cannot hear his words, a sense of his confusion hangs about him. He mumbles, then seems about to weep, then he weeps, then prays again, but his daughter stir on the bed. The door opens, and his Negro slave enters. Tituba is in her 40s. Paris brought her with him from Barbados, where he spent some years as a merchant before entering the ministry. She enters as one who can no longer bear to be barred from the sight of her beloved, but she's also very frightened because her slave senses wonder that, as always, trouble in the house eventually lands on her back.
My Betty be hearty soon?
Out of here!
My Betty's not gonna die.
Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh my God! God help me! Betty, child, dear child, will you wake? Will you open your eyes? Betty, little one!
He's bending to kneel again when his niece, Abigail Williams, 17, enters. A strikingly beautiful girl, an orphan with an endless capacity for dissembling. Now she is all worry and apprehension and propriety.
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, let her come. Let her come.
Leaning out of the door to call Susanna, who's down the hall a few steps.
Come in, Susanna.
Susanna Walcott, a little younger than Abigail, a nervous, hurried girl enters.
What does the doctor say, child?
He bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his books.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir, he's been searching his books since he left you, sir, but he bid me to tell you that he might look to unnatural things for the cause of it.
No, there be no unnatural cause here. Tell him I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes here. There be none.
Aye, sir, he bid me to tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir, I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about, I think. You best go down. Deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people, sir. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. I'll let you tell them I confess it, and I'll be whipped if I must, but they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle, and when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened and she fainted, and there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look you, child, your punishment will come in its time. But if you trafficked with spirits in the forest, I must know it now, for surely my enemies will, and they will ruin me with it.
We never conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Let me know what you have done here, Abigail. Do you understand that I have many enemies?
I have heard of it, Uncle.
There is a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
We're sport, Uncle.
You call this sport? Abigail, if you know something that may help the doctor, for God's sake, tell it to me. I saw Tituba waving her arms over the fire when I came on you. Why was she doing that? And I heard screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
She always sings her Barbados songs, and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying on the grass.
A dress?
Aye, a dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it. Now tell me true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of truth upon you. For now my ministry's at stake, my ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now, for I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
No, there's nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I have sought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me, and now, just now, when some good respect is rising for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in the town. It is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I am sure that it is, sir. There'd be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other cause than you have told me for your being discharged from Goody Proctor's service? I have heard it said, and I tell you as I heard it, that she comes so rarely to church this year, for she will not sit so close to something soiled. What signified that remark?
She hates me, Uncle. She must, for I would not be her slave. It's a bitter woman, a lying, cold, sniveling woman, and I will not work for such a woman.
She may be. And yet it has troubled me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all this time no other family has called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not black my face for any of them. Do you begrudge my bed, Uncle?
No, no.
My name is good in the village. I will not have it said that my name is soiled. Goody Proctor is a gossiping liar.
Enter Mrs. Ann Putnam. She's a twisted soul of 45, a death-ridden woman haunted by dreams.
No, I cannot have anyone. Oh, why, Goody Putnam, come in.
It's a marvel. Surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam, it is...
How high did she fly? How high?
No, no, she never flew.
Why, sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn. Come down, Liza Bird, he says.
Now look you, Goody Putnam, she never... Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam. Mr. Putnam?
It is a providence the thing is out now. It is a providence.
What's out, sir? What's...
Why, her eyes is closed. Look at you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your Ruth is sick?
I'd not call it sick. Devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. Death driving into him. Fucked it out!
Oh, pray not. Why? How does Ruth ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, but her eyes open and she walks and hears not. She sees not, cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly?
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts, and I...
He has indeed. He found a witch at Beverly last year. Let you remember that.
Now, Goody Ann, they only thought that were a witch, and I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft. Now look you, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I pray you leap not to witchcraft. I know that you least of all, Thomas, would ever wish so disastrous a charge laid upon me. We cannot leap to witchcraft. They will howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
A word about Thomas Putnam. He was a man with many grievances, at least one of which appears justified. Some time before, his wife's brother-in-law, James Bailey, had been turned down as minister of Salem. Bailey had all the qualifications and a 2/3 vote into the bargain, but a faction stopped his acceptance for reasons that are not clear. Thomas Putnam was the eldest son of the richest man in the village. He had fought the Indians at Narragansett and was deeply interested in parish affairs. He undoubtedly felt it poor payment that the village so blatantly disregard his candidate for one of its more important offices, especially since he regarded himself as the intellectual superior of most people around him. His vindictive nature was demonstrated long before the witchcraft began. Another former Salem minister, George Burroughs, had to borrow money to pay for his wife's funeral, and since the parish was remiss in his salary, he was soon bankrupt. Thomas and his brother John had Burroughs jailed for debts the man did not owe, and the incident is important only in that Burroughs succeeded in becoming minister, where Bailey...
And cut.